Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you all are fit and fine. Students, in the previous class I explained you about the meaning of directing function and the characteristics features of directing function. Okay, today we will begin with the new topic, which is importance of directing functions. Let us start now. See the first point, initiates action. Why directing function is important? Because it helps the manager and the employees to initiate action. How? Let us see the explanation. It helps to initiate action by the people in the organization towards attainment of desired objectives. The employees start working only when they get instructions and directions from their superiors. It is the directing function which starts actual work to convert plans into result. Yes, that's very correct. Okay, for starting our work we need direction. Okay, see, as I told you student, that before directing there are three more functions: planning, organizing, staffing. So these are the base functions. Okay, but the actual work starts in the directing functions. Okay, because for starting a function or to sorry, in order to start the activity, the employees need the direction of the managers. Okay, they need the instructions of the managers. Okay, so directing is the function where actual work is started, where they initiate action. Okay, so that is why it is written that directing helps to initiate action by the people in the organization. Okay, and so that they can achieve the organizational goal. Now, see the next sentence. The employees start working only when they get instructions and directions from the superiors. That's very correct. The employees of the organization will not start their work without the instructions and the directions of the supervisor. So, under the directing function only, okay, after the staffing function is end, okay, under the directing function the employees start doing work, okay, when they get the instructions and directions from their superiors, from their seniors, okay, from the or their managers. Okay, so in the directing function, so it is the directing function which starts actual work to convert plans into result. Okay, that's very correct. As I told you, the before directing, the all other three functions, planning, organizing, staffing, are the base to start the work. Okay, so but the actual work is actual work has been started when it is started in the directing function, when actually the manager guides or instructs the employees to do the work. So it is the directing function which starts actual works, and whatever we have planned earlier, okay, in the planning function, those plans are then converted into result. Okay, now moving to the next point, integrates employees efforts. Now, directing function also helps to integrate means to bring together, okay, the employees effort, the efforts of the employees. How? Let us see the explanation. All the activities of the organization are interrelated, so it is necessary to coordinate all the activities. It integrates the activities of subordinates by supervision, guidance and counseling. Students, to integrate employees efforts means there are different departments in the organization, there are different types of there are different categories of employees who work under different departments. There are different types of activity which are performed in the organization, so they have different work. Okay, all of them have different work, but it is the duty of the manager to integrate their efforts. Okay, because finally they are working for whom? They are working for the organization, they are working towards the fulfillment of the organizational work, though they are performing different jobs. Okay, but the final motive is what? To achieve the goals of the organization. So that is why it is said that all activities of the organizations are interrelated. Okay, so all the activities are interrelated. Okay, in the organization the number of employees are working at different levels. As I told you, in the middle level, in the some are in the top level, some are in the middle level, some are in the lower level. All of them belong to different job positions. Okay, they work differently, like they work in different level, they have different powers, they have different responsibility, they do different kind of jobs. Okay, but finally their jobs are interrelated because they are working for the organization, because they are the part of one organization. So all the work are interrelated. So when the employees are working at different levels, okay, when the employees are working at different level, it is very much necessary, see, it is very much necessary to coordinate all the activities, okay, because we know that our organization is one, but the people are working at different level, they are in different job position, they have different powers, they have different responsibilities, they are doing different jobs, okay. So but it is necessary for the manager to coordinate all the it is necessary for the employees also to coordinate all the activities together, okay, to coordinate all the activities together, and to integrate the employees to bring together all the efforts of the employees, okay, to bring together all the efforts of the employees. It integrates the activities of the subordinate by supervision, guidance, and counseling. How they can integrate the employees effort? By supervising them, by guiding them, or by counseling them or telling them what is correct for them, okay, by instructing them. They have to coordinate all the activities, they have to bring together all the employees and their activities, and finally all together the manager has to lead them towards a single path, that is, he has to direct them towards the single path, that is towards the fulfillment of organizational goal. So that is why it is said that it integrates the employees effort. Now moving to the next point, means of motivation. So directing function is what? Directing function is a means of motivation, okay, it is a means of motivation. How? See the explanation. It motivates the subordinates to work efficiently and to contribute their maximum effort, okay, this we have studied, that it motivates the subordinate to work efficiently. Here the manager motivates their subordinate, means here the superiors, okay, who are in the higher position, they motivates the subordinates who are below them, okay, so that they can work efficiently. Efficiently means in the best way, okay, in the optimum way, okay, to and to contribute their maximum effort, so that they can contribute their maximum effort, they can put like they can put their 100% in their job. And why it is necessary, why motivation is necessary? Because it will help the employees, okay, to achieve the organizational goal by satisfying their needs. Students, as I told you, how the employees will get motivated, how the subordinates will get motivated the superiors, the two superiors should motivate them. How they should motivate them? The superiors should guide them, they should instruct them, they should appreciate their work, they should understand the employees who are working under them, okay, they should understand their grievances, okay, they should understand their problems, and instead of scolding them, or instead of pointing out at them, they should understand them, they should make them understand about the correct way to do the work. So these are certain things, okay. They should reward the employees if they have done something good, if they have achieved the targets, okay, so they should reward them, they should give them the bonus. So multiple ways are there, okay. So through multiple ways the managers should motivate the employees, okay, they should motivate the employees. And when the manager motivates the employees develops a feeling of belongingness, and it encourages the employees to perform their best of the ability. They will put their hard work in it, they will give their 100% in their work, and they will finally achieve, and then they will be able to achieve the final goal of the organization. So it is very much necessary to motivate the employees. So directing function is the mean of motivation, okay. Now moving to the next point, that is stability and balance in the organization. Stability means stable, sthirta, and balance in the organization, okay, there should be balance, equality, balance should be there in the organization. And how? See the explanation. Managers, while performing directing function, instruct, guide, supervise, and inspire their subordinates in a manner that they are able to strike a balance between individual and organizational interest. Very correct, students. See, there should be balance and stability in the organization. Balance and stability in what? किस चीज़ में balance और stability चाहिए? See, the manager, while performing directing functions, okay, manager generally directs the employees. Okay, they give instruction to the employees, they give instruction and guidance and supervision to their subordinate, they inspire them, they motivate their subordinate. Okay, why they do all these things? So that they are able to strike a balance between individual interest and organizational interest. Individual interest means what an employee want. Okay, कि उसकी क्या ख्वाहिशें हैं, उसकी क्या इच्छाएं हैं, वो अपने जॉब से क्या मांग रहा है. Okay, now organizational interest means what the organization is willing to achieve. Okay, so individual interest and organizational interest, these are two different things. Okay, see, I'll give a general example. See, individual interest क्या हो सकता है? लोग जॉब क्यों करते हैं? पैसे कमाने के लिए. ठीक है, तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट क्या है कि मैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जाऊँ और पैसे कमाऊँ. ओके, आई वांट टू earn money. Okay, that is my interest. Okay, so I will work in order to earn more and more and more money. But what is the organizational interest? We should not focus only on earning more and more money. Like, we should not focus only on our benefit. Okay, काम करो और पैसा मिल जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं. But we should put our best efforts so that we achieve the organizational goal as well. Okay, I'll give you a general example. See, like for example, the salesman. Okay, the salesman here insists to reduce the price. Okay, reduce the price of the order, whereas the managers are against the reduction of the price. Okay, to reduce the total price. If they will reduce the price, then definitely their revenue will go down. So here they should strike the balance between the attitude of the employees. For example, like the salesman. Okay, salesmen generally are the subordinates. Okay, so the managers are the superiors. Okay, here the managers are the superiors. Okay, they are the superiors who guide the employees. So here a salesman requested a manager. Okay, so here the salesman requested the manager to reduce the price of the orders. Okay, क्यों reduce करने बोला गया? क्योंकि उसके orders बिक नहीं रहे होंगे, वो sale नहीं कर पा रहा होगा. तो उसने मैनेजर को बोला कि उसने मैनेजर को रिक्वेस्ट किया कि प्लीज़ रिड्यूस द प्राइस ऑफ द ऑर्डर्स सो दैट he can sell the products, because the products are not being sold. Okay, प्रोडक्ट सेल नहीं हो रहे हैं या फिर ज़्यादा डिमांड में नहीं आ रहे हैं. तो उसको लगा कि वो एक मैनेजर को, अपने मैनेजर को रिक्वेस्ट करे कि वो प्राइस अपना रिड्यूस कर दें ताकि सेल्स में ईजी हो जाए या सेल्स का डिमांड बढ़ जाए. ओके, सो वो सारी चीज़ें हो जाए. बट हियर द मैनेजर रिफ्यूजेस. ओके, मैनेजर ने मना कर दिया. ओके, मैनेजर ने कहा कि अगर मैं अपने प्रोडक्ट्स का प्राइस रिड्यूस करूँगा तो मेरे रेवेन्यू कम आएंगे. ओके, अगर मैं अगर मैं सपोज़ 2 रुपये का पेंसिल को 1 रुपये में बेच रहा हूँ तो जनरली मेरा रेवेन्यू कम होगा, इनकम कम होगा, मेरे पास इनकम कम आएगा. ओके, सो द मैनेजर हियर इज़ नॉट रेडी टू डू इट. सो in that condition, what happens here? The salesman wants something else and the manager wants something else. So in this context, what happens? There will be conflict among both. Okay, conflict हो जाएगा दोनों में, because they both are not understanding the situation. So here in this case, what they have to do? They have to understand each other's situations. Okay, the salesman as well as the manager. Okay, the salesman as well as the manager, they both have to understand each other's situations and they have to see what is correct. They should not play the game of attitude or ego clashes, that how the subordinate who is below me he can suggest me or he give me the suggestions to reduce the price. Okay, the manager should not feel like that. Here the manager should understand what the salesman is trying to say, and even the salesman should understand what the manager is trying to say, and together they should sort out what is correct. Okay, so it is very important that a stability and a balance should be there. Okay, the superior should respect their subordinate and the subordinate here should respect the decisions or the suggestions which are given by them. They should not feel that they are the subordinate. Okay, they are below them. They should not give them the order. They cannot give them the suggestions, not the order. They cannot give them their suggestion. They should not feel in such a way. Okay, so there should be always a stability and the balance in the organization, and the individual and the employee should think about their interest. Okay, वो उनको अपने लिए भी सोचना चाहिए, but all together they are working for whom? They are working for organization. So they have to think for the organizational, for the achievement of organizational goal as well. They should not think only about their individual interests, but they should also think about the organizational interest. Okay, and there should be balance between both individual interest and organizational interest. Okay, so that is why directing function is important, because it helps to bring a stability and balance in the organization between these superiors and the subordinate. Okay, now moving to the next point, that is, it facilitates change. Means directing function facilitates change. How? Let us understand this. Employees often resist changes due to the fear of adverse effects on their employment and promotion. Directing facilitates adjustment in the organization to cope with changes in the environment. Directing instills the spirit of cooperation and commitment among workforce. Students, understand this. This is very important. Facilitate change. See what happens generally, that whenever something new comes, okay, जब भी देखिए, a general example I'll tell you. If anything new comes, okay, and like the people actually fear to adopt the new things, okay, they will feel that कि पता नहीं वो चीज़ कर पाएंगे या नहीं कर पाएंगे. They feel fear to adopt the changes which are in the environment. Same thing happens in the organization also. The employees often resist, okay, the changes. They do not do the changes. Why? Because they, due to the fear of the adverse effect of their employment and the promotion. Okay, वो डर के कारण changes को adopt नहीं करते हैं. Okay, so directing function is the function which facilitates them, okay, which facilitates them to cope up with the changes in the organization, okay, with the environment. Okay, so directing here instills the spirit of cooperation and commitment among the workforce. See, इसमें क्या होता है student? Generally the employee hesitate, okay, they resist, they hesitate in accepting the changes, but through the directing functions the changes can be implemented. How the changes can be implemented? The superior guides the subordinate that the changes are better for them. Okay, so they should not feel that, the employees should not feel that कि अगर वो कुछ चेंज, अगर सपोज कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में चेंज आया है, उनको ये डर रहेगा शायद उनकी जॉब के लिए खतरा है, शायद उनको प्रमोशन नहीं मिलेगा, या फिर शायद अभी ऐसा हो गया तो हम अपना काम किस तरह से करेंगे. सो ड्यू टू द चेंजेस many things comes into the mind of employees. Okay, so due to which they do not accept the changes. Okay, so here what is the role of the manager? The manager should direct the what? Here the superiors, okay, here the superiors should direct their employees, should make them understand that whatever the changes are coming in the organization, those changes are better for them also. वो changes उनके लिए भी अच्छे हैं ताकि वो उस चीज़ से डरे नहीं और उस चीज़ को accept करें. For example, when a company is planning to computerize its works, ओके तो अगर एक कंपनी प्लान कर रहा है कि वो टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट करेगा, जो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी आ रहे हैं उनको अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अडॉप्ट करेगा और सारे वर्क को वो कंप्यूटराइज करेगा, मीन्स एवरीथिंग विल बी कंप्यूटराइज्ड. ओके, एवरीथिंग विल बी, पहले क्या होता मैकेनिकल था. मैकेनिकल मतलब लोग अपने हाथों से काम करते थे, मीन्स दे यूज टू डू mechanically, but now the organization is planning to computerize everything. means अब कंप्यूटर हर चीज़ काम करेगा थ्रू डिजिटल मीन्स और थ्रू मशीन्स, एवरीथिंग विल बी डन. सो यहाँ पे लोगों का डर क्या होता है, यहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयज़ या फिर सबॉर्डिनेट्स का डर क्या होता है कि अगर मशीन्स आ गए, मशीनरीज आ गए, या फिर और इफ़ एवरीथिंग if everything is computerized, then where they will go, okay, technology will overpower them. okay, इस डर से वो hesitate करते हैं और वो इस चीज़ को accept नहीं करते हैं. but when the directing function, like when the manager directs the employees, when the manager guides the employees that these changes are necessary for them. okay, see students, टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेड होती है तो मैनेजर को ये समझाना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को कि टेक्नोलॉजी क्यों इम्पॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेड होती जाएगी उसके हिसाब से हमारा काम भी अपग्रेड होगा, हमारा काम भी अपडेट होगा. तो हमें टेक्नोलॉजी के हिसाब से, एनवायरनमेंट के हिसाब से जो बदलाव हो रहे हैं उसके हिसाब से चलना पड़ेगा और अपने आप को बदलना पड़ेगा. अगर हम नहीं बदलेंगे तो हम हमेशा पीछे रह जाएंगे. ओके, एंड मार्केट में जो है वो हमसे आगे निकल जाएंगे उस टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज़ करके. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स द मैनेजर नीड्स टू मेक द एम्प्लॉयज़ understand. Okay, so through how these things can be possible? Through proper guidance. Okay, through proper guidance. Okay, through proper guidance, the employees can accept the changes happily. So that is why directing function is important, because the manager should direct the employees, manager should guides the employees and make them understand why these changes are important and these changes are better for them. Then only the employees will accept those changes happily. Understood? So this is all about importance of directing function, why directing function is important for the organization, okay, for the employees, for the superiors and the subordinate, why it is important. Now we will move to the next topic, which is elements of directing function. This is very important topic. Student, elements of directing function. Elements means there are different parts of directing function. Okay, previously we studied about the meaning of directing function, what is the meaning of directing function, the characteristics, features of the directing functions, why directing function is important for the organization, for the employees. Okay, so now here we will study about the different elements of directing function. What are the different parts or what are the components of directing function? Okay, so under directing function there are various elements, there are various parts. What are those? See, directing elements of directing: supervision, motivation, communication, leadership. What are the four elements of directing functions? You have to memorize it very well: supervision, motivation, communication, leadership. Okay, supervision, motivation, communication and leadership. We will study about all these elements in detail now. Okay, students, in the supervision, okay, in the supervision we will study only the meaning of supervision, because the advantages, disadvantages, all the things were there in the previous year, but according to the new syllabus, okay, according to the new syllabus they have removed the advantages and disadvantages of supervision. Okay, so that will not come. So here you have to only study about the meaning of supervision, and then we will study about the motivation, and under motivation there are different subtopics which we'll study, and under the communication, under the leadership, there are various subtopics which we need to study. Okay, so these are the four elements of directing which we will study in detail now. Okay, supervision, motivation, communication and leadership. Let us begin with the first function. First of all, we will understand all the elements, we will understand the meaning of all the elements, and then we will proceed to the in-depth meaning of all the elements. Okay, so before we go to the in-depth meaning of all the elements, let us first understand the general meaning of these elements. Okay, now beginning with the first one, which is supervision. See, it's very simple, it's very simple, it's very like it's a very it is written in a very common language, you will understand it. Okay, see, the first element of directing function is supervision. See the explanation. The supervision means instructing, guiding, monitoring and observing the employees while they are performing jobs in the organization. The word supervision is the combination of two words: supervision, where super means say over and above means vision, which means seeing. So supervision means seeing the activities of the employees from over and above. See students, supervision, by the word itself you can identify, supervision means to supervise, to monitor. Okay, so what is the meaning of supervision? Supervision means instructing the employees or guiding the employees or monitoring the employees or observing the work of the employees, how they are actually performing. This is what supervision means. Okay, so the manager here supervises the employees, the manager guides the employees, manager instructs the employees, monitoring the employees, monitoring the work of the employee, observing the employees, how they are performing. Okay, observing the performance of the employees. So this is what supervision means. Now supervision is generally made from the two word, which is what? Super and vision. Okay, supervision is made up of two word, super and vision. Okay, super means what? Super means over and above, and vision means seeing. Super means over, over, and vision means to see, the seeing. Okay, so here the supervision means what? Supervision means seeing the activities of the employees from over and above. Means over and above means the managers are over the managers are over the subordinates, over their subordinates. So that is why they are seeing the activities of the employees from over and above, and they are supervising the subordinates. Okay, so that is why it is written supervision means to see the activities of the employees from over and above, because here the managers or the superiors are the one who see the activities, who see the performance of the employees from over and above. So this is what supervision means. Now coming to the next one, motivation. See the explanation. In the context of organization, motivation means stimulating employees of all level to work with greater enthusiasm, more efficiency for the accomplishment of objectives of enterprise. As I say, student, motivation. What is motivation? To stimulate. Okay, एक stimulation देना, to stimulate the employees of all the levels, whether the employees are at top level, middle level, or employee level, whichever level they work. Okay, it is the duty of the superiors to stimulate the employees, to stimulate them to work hard, to stimulate them with greater enthusiasm, so that they can perform their activity in a much better way. They motivate the employees. And how they motivate the employees? I have already told you that they motivate the employees. Okay, motivation can be through many things. They should appreciate the work of the employees, they should reward the employees, they should guide the employees, they should not scold the employees, they should understand the employees, understand the mistakes of the employees, and make them understand to improve it. So through different ways the employees can motivate the managers can motivate the employees. So motivation is what? Motivation is a stimulation. मतलब उनको स्टिमुलेट करना ताकि वो अच्छा परफॉर्म करें. ओके, टू इंस्पायर देम. ओके, टू स्टिमुलेट देम, टू इंस्पायर देम टू परफॉर्म देयर बेस्ट. ओके, टू गिव देयर 100%, to perform their best. So it is the duty of the superiors to stimulate and to inspire their employees so that they can perform their best of the ability. Okay, now moving to the next, that is leadership. Leadership is the activity of influencing people to strive willingly for organizational goal. Leadership indicates the ability of the individual to maintain good interpersonal relations with followers and motivate them to contribute for achieving the organizational goal. Managers at all the levels are expected to be the leaders to their subordinates. See, leadership, what is leadership, students? Leadership is an activity. Okay, leadership is the activity which helps to influence the people. किसी भी people को influence करना ताकि वो organizational goals को achieve कर पाएँ. Students, generally इसमें क्या बोला गया है? See, managers at all the levels are expected to be the leaders of their subordinate. Here the managers at all the level, managers of the top level, managers of the middle level, and the managers of the lower level, they should act as a leader. Okay, they should act as a leader for their subordinate. यहाँ पे जो higher, जो superiors होंगे उनको, they should act as a leader. They are the leaders. Okay, they are the one who actually guides the subordinate. They are the one who actually they are the one who actually instruct the subordinate. Okay, so here the managers of all the level, okay, the superiors generally, okay, they should act as a leader. They are actually the leader. Okay, and they should lead the subordinate. Okay, so here it is the duty of the leader that leadership is what? Leadership is the activity in which the लीडर शुड इन्फ्लुएंस द वर्क ऑफ द पीपल. ओके, लीडर्स जनरली क्या करते हैं? स्टूडेंट, जनरली जो अपने फॉलोअर्स को लीड करते हैं, उनको सिखाते हैं. ओके, जो फॉलोअर्स होते हैं वो लीडर्स के पाथ में चलते हैं. जो लीडर करता है वही वो करते हैं. सो हियर द मैनेजर्स आर द लीडर्स. सो हियर द लीडर्स शुड इन्फ्लुएंस द फॉलोअर्स. फॉलोअर्स मीन्स द सबॉर्डिनेट्स. ओके, सो जो सुपीरियर करेंगे, जिस तरह से सुपीरियर बोलेंगे, जैसा वो इंस्ट्रक्ट करेंगे, उसी तरह से जो उनके फॉलोअर्स हैं, मीन्स जो उनके सबॉर्डिनेट्स हैं, वो काम करेंगे. So that is why it has been said that leadership is the activity to influence people, because by seeing the managers, by seeing the superiors, the subordinate will also perform in the same way towards the achievement of organizational goal. Okay, so there should be like the leadership is something where the superior should maintain a good relationship with the subordinate and should motivate them to contribute in the organizational goal. Okay, so leadership जो रहता है, leaders or followers means the superiors and the subordinate, there should be good relationship among them. Okay, there should be positive relationship among them. Okay, the manager should always support their subordinate, their superiors should always support their subordinate. Okay, and should motivate them to perform their best of their ability. Now the last element of the directing function is communication. It is very simple. Communication, what is communication? You like, it is the process, see the explanation, it is the process of exchange of information between two or more person to reach common understanding. Communication, students, like like a very general example, आप अपने फ्रेंड से फ़ोन में बात करते हैं, so what you do, you communicate with them. Okay, you share your views, you share your ideas. Okay, you share many informations. So there is what, there is exchange of information. वो कुछ बताते हैं, आप कुछ उन्हें बताते हैं. So there is exchange of information, exchanges of messages, exchanges of ideas. So communication is a what, communication is a two-way process. Okay, यहाँ पे कोई एक पर्सन इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, यहाँ पे दो पर्सन इन्वॉल्व होते हैं एंड दोनों के बीच में इंफॉर्मेशंस का आदान प्रदान होता है. दैट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ एक्सचेंजेस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशंस. आप कुछ उन्हें इन्फॉर्म करते हैं एंड इन रिटर्न ऑफ योर इंफॉर्मेशन दे what they give you the feedback. So communication is what, communication is the process of exchange of information, exchange of ideas, exchanges of messages between two or more person to reach the common understanding. And by receiving the message you finally understand what they are saying. Okay, जो सामने वाला पर्सन क्या बोलना चाह रहा है एंड उसकी फीडबैक को सुन के आप एक कॉमन अंडरस्टैंडिंग में पहुंचते हैं कि उस मैसेज का या उस इंफॉर्मेशन का क्या मतलब है. सो जनरली कम्युनिकेशन इज़ व्हाट, कम्युनिकेशन इज़ द एक्सचेंज ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन बिटवीन टू और मोर पर्सन. ओके, इन विच वन पर्सन communicate and the other person listens to the information of the other person and they give the feedback. Okay, and they understand the thing, they understand the information which is being communicated and they reach in the common understanding. Okay, so these are the four important elements of directing functions. So that was it for today. We will continue with the further topics in our next class. Till then, thank you.